Hello, everyone. We're here at the Metals Investor Forum Toronto version. We're here with Peter Ball, who is President and CEO of Silver Hammer.
Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you. See you again.
Same here. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So, Peter, let's jump right into it. Silver Hammer has multiple projects, and I guess we could say the Silver Strand is the flagship.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is in Idaho, your most advanced project, at least. Tell us a little bit about infrastructure. Tell us about maybe the history and the current infrastructure and how that impacts the value of Silver Strand.
Yeah. So Silver Hammer, again, I just joined 2 weeks ago. So I'm kind of looking at historical information that was either put out in the market or information that I've been looking and doing my own due diligence in the company, and which is one of the reasons I kind of joined Silver Hammer. So the Silver Strand project, located in the Silver Valley in Idaho. If you're going to look for silver, it's one of the best places in the world, ranked, I think, second globally to locate silver. It's like a Mexico or a Peru or a Nevada, or our other two projects. So if you dive in a little bit more about Silver Strand, it's a previous producer. It's got easy access. But when you have this mine that has underground, accessible, refurbished adits or entrances to the underground, it really highlights and provides an opportunity to kind of get to the mineralization that we're looking at sub the 90 meter level. In the valley, a lot of the mines have gone down to 1,000 meters, 1,200 meters, 1,500 meters. And if you look at the data from 2002, when I first looked at the asset, it was silver. But when I started looking at 2002 data, it had 3 meters of 10.5 grams with a 200 to 500 gram silver kicker. So then I started looking along the trend heading to the northwest, about 5.8 kilometers, and there's other high-grade 10 gram, 7 gram, 5 gram gold intersections or grab samples on the road cuts. So what we have is, is it a district play? We have a play at depth that was drilled in 2021 recently before I joined. They tested it in 2022. So you've got a really interesting asset that's got a great history, produced about 40 to 50 years ago. And I think we're going to have a good go by testing the mineralization at depth and chasing it along strike after we put the compilation of the geophysical information along trend for the 6 kilometers, so test for multiple parallel zones, which is starting to look interesting, but we'll tell the market here in the next few weeks.
Right. Yeah. So besides the advantages of having, a previously producing mine and having the great infrastructure that will come with, I'm assuming that this access underground allows you to test closer to where hopeful ore is.
Yep.
And makes it less expensive, makes it faster, and that leads to all sorts of upside advantages.
Yeah, because sometimes when you're testing from surface, you've got to drill 100 meters of overburden or just through the waste. So you go underground. The 90 meter level has been refurbished. We put in a drill station, which is only 15, 20 meters of development. And as you said, we have easy, direct, cheap access, which is a low cost on the drill expense, right, or the exploration expense to build ounces. And our goal is to really understand the model and then just go forward at Silver Strand. So
tell us a little bit about the scale that you have at Silver Strand. What distance does this kind of thing cover, and how does that compare maybe to some other places?
Like I said, the Silver Strand project, which has the burnt cabin on the very furthest northwest portion of the project, is about 5.85 kilometers away from Silverton. From Silver Strand. So there's numerous existing logging and old roads from the good old days that go all the way through our project. So looking at historical samples on these road cuts, it's really identified a lot of really interesting, I keep saying gold grades, even though we're a pure silver play. But when you got multi-gram, the hundreds of grams of silver, and then you got this gold kicker, that's not really a kicker. It's a big project. We're also looking in the district. We've got a few accretive acquisitions. They got to be accretive to add. So we have what I would call maybe a Silver Valley district play. We've got the team. There's a couple of people that I've known that's operated in Coeur d'Alene for many years that I'm hoping to add to the team to kind of build out the play in Idaho. It's a wonderful place to be, ranked 7th in the world. So
excellent. So that's exciting in terms of the outlook for Silver Strand and your operations in Idaho. Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about Nevada. So one of your projects there is Eliza. Tell us about the results so far at Eliza and what might be next for exploration there.
Yeah, so looking at Eliza, it is a old historical producer with 4 previous producers from 50 to 100 years ago. And if you look at some of the samples at surface, you've got hundreds of ounces per ton silver, but I mean, those are just grab samples. Doesn't mean, or it doesn't represent what's there. But there's also some really interesting high-grade copper, high-grade lead, and high-grade zinc. So what Silver Hammer has done is gone back and looked at those results and said, okay, that's historical. It doesn't mean much until you can kind of prove it up with sampling by ourselves. So the company went in a year ago and sampled a number of samples over 3/4 of a kilometer, and there was upwards of 1,000, 1,200, 1,600 grams silver. But back to this kicker, it has 7, 8, 9% copper and multi-percentage lead and zinc. So are we on top of a porphyry? Did the old timers miss something? Usually they did. And it's kind of similar to a lot of stories that's they're Nevada 2.0 or Silver 2.0. They're going into these old mining camps where they only mined these shafts go down 100 feet. But with one hole on that particular project, which I really like, Eliza, it'll be a really interesting summer as we push through geophysics very soon. I like to do a lot of groundwork before we waste money in the drill bit. Some geophysics, groundwork, some geochem. We've got some great grab samples. Understand the model. There's a big fault that's cutting it right in half. That kind of downplayed the project.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to take a look at that part of the project, which actually we have patented land. We can drill when we want, and we'll see what we can do. Should be interesting if we can get the drill bit after we do our homework.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So a second Nevada play is Silverton. So you've done some geochem, some sampling, your mapping is done. It's drilling permitted as well, if I have that right?
Yes, correct.
And so when will drilling start? What are your goals with Silverton? Sort of more near term.
Yeah, so again, the Silverton Project, which is in the Silver Alley, which is about an hour away from Tonopah, which is kind of a really exciting camp that a lot of players focused on silver are looking at these old camps, which again, Silverton is another previous producer. We've doubled our land position. We have 12 permitted pads, but I think we need to do a little bit more homework. I want to do a little geophysical program. It really highlights the structures and really helps us figure out which way we should point the drill bit. It's okay to have a pad, but we need to make sure which way we're pointing and vector into the right the zones and a little bit of structural analysis. And I think we should be able to put a rig on that project probably by late spring into the summer. So that would be a Silverton drill program, an Eliza drill program, and then a property-wide district program at Silver Strand, and also we're on an acquisition trail. There's a number of projects that actually, just a few minutes ago here, I was talking to a couple of groups and they heard our presentation and they want to talk about a couple of projects. So it's great to be here at the Metals Investor Forum, and it's just always great to catch up with everyone in the industry. I've been in this industry for my entire life, so sure. It's good to be here.
Excellent. Well, what would be I guess a last thought or two you'd want to leave viewers with in terms of what's happening at Silver Hammer and what we can look forward to over the next maybe 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, I think so. First of all, like I mentioned, it's going to be a really busy year by the drill bit. We are nearly ready to drill each of the projects. We're going to do our homework, so we do not waste shareholder money. I think people should do their due diligence. I always say, give me a call. My phone number is on the back of the presentation. Get to know me a little bit. Right. I can tell about our story. We only have 46 million shares out. We have a very supportive capital market. So the goal is we're going to be aggressive this year. There's a lot of homework that was done. We need a little bit more to tweak our program so we push the hole on each of these projects correctly. And we've got some ideas and acquisitions, which should be good. So lots of news flow going through the year. And hopefully we can build out our team. A lot of people are reaching out. They like our strategy. They like where silver's going. I follow yourself, Peter, and you've got a great understanding of where silver's going. I believe in it. I used to run a silver company before, and I think it's time again. And listen to yourself and Chen Lin and the rest of the knowledgeable people in the silver space. It's the right sector, or I think as someone put it, silver is like the new lithium, silver
Right.
2.0.
I think that was Chen.
Oh, is it Chen? Oh, there we go. So
Yep.
it's good, and it's like it's good to be ahead of the herd as we watch what's happening on silver over the next decade. So yeah.
Good. So some exciting times ahead at Silver Hammer. We look forward to it.
Beautiful. Yeah, me too. I'm excited to be here. And again, I just encourage people to phone me or email me. I'll get back to everybody. I always say, I don't care if you own 1 share or 1 million. Everyone's important because it's their money, not mine. So
Excellent. Thanks so much.
thank you so much, Peter.